how to make your own oil temperature dipstick for your Harley Davidson Softail or Tourer with an M8 engine. Let's get into it right now. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Very quick video here. I'm talking about making your own oil dipstick with a temperature gauge. Well, yeah, you could go and buy one. Now they range for the M8s now, $100, $120, sometimes up to $200. There are a couple on the market. There's Koza, I think there's JES as well. There is another one that you can get online. I get them from eBay and also from AliExpress. They're Pizoma. And I think they're about $70 as well. Funny enough, I've just ordered one of those as well. So I will be getting a proper oil dipstick temperature gauge. However, I thought I'd just make my own. I've got one of these. This is one of these cooking ones that you can get, but it's actually, this one's rated up to 300 degrees Celsius. You can get some others, like say 150 degrees Celsius. This is also got a 6-inch probe on it as well. You can get those for 9 inches, but I think 9 inches is too much, don't you agree? 6 inches is more than enough, said the bishop to the actress. Anyway, get yourself an oil dipstick off your Harley Davidson Softail or Tourer. Now, this is one of my old ones when I had my vented dipstick. So I'm going to modify what I've done. Basically, already had a hole there, which I had a barb going through. Now, in an ideal sense, I wouldn't have this. I would just drill a small hole through the top there, which is the same diameter of the probe, jam it down and then I get to the point in the stem here, and I just open the cap off and I drill down, which I've done there, you can see there, and I'll poke this through. It's gone right down the center. Poke this through. There we go, and you can see it coming out there like that. So basically this is going to go into the engine itself, and then oil's going to be sloshing around here, and that's going to give me my temperature reading. So all I have to do now is just seal the cap on, seal up the hole with that barb again, because it's just going to be easier that way, and seal the temperature probe in it, and away I go. Then I go and test it. So let me do that. To seal it all, I'm using this high temperature black RTV silicone. So this is rated up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit or 315 degrees Celsius. So that's more than enough for what we're going to need. So all I need to do then is seal up, and there we go. It's gonna look a bit rough, I'll give you that. And let's face it, I'm only doing this for a bit of fun. You might as well just go and buy an oil temperature dipstick at $70, $80, $100 or whatever you want. Or if you fancy a bit of fun, make your own. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because a couple of weeks ago I made a video where I showed you how hot my engine was running through the app that I've got on my phone from my FP3 tuner. Now, that is not, strictly speaking, picking up the oil temperature. It's actually taking the reading from the ECM, which is getting its reading from the ET sensor, which is on the rear cylinder, I believe. I'm not 100% convinced that that's fully calibrated, or it's giving me a true indication of what the oil temperature is. Now, in an ideal sense, I'd like an oil temperature sensor before the oil goes into the cooler, and then one when it's coming out of the cooler, so I have dual readings, as it were. That will show me how effective the oil cooler is being as well, when I'm in motion, of course. When I'm static, it's not really doing a lot at all. But anyway, just as a quick indication, I'd like to see what the temperature is going to be from the oil dipstick, in other words, just the oil, and then I can compare that to the reading on the FP3 tuner app and just have a gauge to see how my engine oil is doing. Is it cooling enough? Is the FP3 tuner reading too high? So on and so forth. Since I cleaned out my oil cooler, that video which I made as well, the temperature definitely has come down now on the overall temperature reading. But that temperature reading, as I say, is coming from the ET sensor, and that's coming from the cylinders as well, the combustion chambers. So that's going to be reading higher than the overall temperature of the engine oil. I expect the engine oil to be slightly less than that, but we'll see. We'll soon find out. So I'm going to get this squared away, show you the finished product, and then, well, what I'll do in another video, I'll go and ride it and show you how I get on. Maybe I'll just show you the finished article and then compare it to the FP3 tuner, but also compare it to when my other proper oil dipstick arrives and see if there's any difference there. That'd probably be a better way of doing it. Right, let me do this and then, well, fill your boots, make your own one. Right, let me do this. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal up the casing first of all. I can always clean it up later, because what will happen if you don't seal this up here, then all engine oil will leak out, and it's probably going to leak out anyway, in all fairness, because I've taken the top off. There are also holes from when I had it as a vented dipstick, so I'm going to seal those up with this stuff as well. Let it cure off for 24, 48 hours as well. Right, so you can see there, it's on and it's sealed up. Right, so stuck the probe through the barb here, through the cap, through the center there. There we go. And it's just pulled through there, look at that. What I'm going to do now, just put extra sealant around here, I'm going to put extra sealant right at the top there, at the base of the temperature probe. There we go, you can see that there. So it's pretty much sealed up now. So what I just need to do is plug up all these little holes. Now what I'm hoping, that there's enough of the probe sticking out that it'll get enough oil splashing onto it to get a temperature reading. You know, I'm kind of guessing here really. I'm sure you'll agree, it looks like a bag of spanners. However, if it works just for the purposes of science, it'd be well worth it, wouldn't it? Right, anyway, so I will come back in a future video to see how this works. Maybe you've done the same thing. Maybe you've created your own temperature probe yourself. Maybe you thought, what the hell, give it a go. Anyway, let's just see. I can't say I'm that confident it's going to work, but you know, we'll give it a go. Catch you on another video coming very soon. Testing this out. Ta-da!